All right, good morning. We're looking at a couple projects here. This was our Stories of Exploration project, where students chose a topic. We've got a couple behind us here on the Mars rover, and we've got one right here on the Hubble telescope. Students chose a topic in space exploration, and they dug in, right? They kind of asked themselves the question, how can we write a story about this for a younger audience? Got another down here, bubble to Hubble. How can we write a story about this for a younger audience based on the real story, based on the actual details, the actual mission that took place? So this was an awesome project in the sense that students got to choose what they were looking at. They learned about space through a specific mission of their choice. They learned about the technology, they learned about the real story. These guys loved the fact that the rovers crashed on Mars. They did not make it. How Hubble worked, what it's doing to take pictures in different ways, capture images in different ways, what is infrared technology, what is ultraviolet spectroscopy, and fantastic questions there that they were using to kind of get a hold of the discoveries that Hubble is making. So the students dug into this project. One tricky thing about this project was kind of the balance between the science and the story, right? We started on the story pretty early, and students just wanted to rip into story writing, which is awesome. They were loving the fact that they were writing for a younger audience. They totally connected with some grade 3s from the Jason Elementary School. But the different thing for me next time is that we'll dig into the science a little more first. We'll dig into the meat of how does this thing actually work, and then out of that, we'll build these stories. Okay, how can we use this detail? How can we use this information to rock and roll with our stories? Another thing I may look at doing differently, you see a PowerPoint version here, you see kind of just a printed typed version here. One thing we may look at differently is kind of picking the tool, right? Can we all produce our story in the same way? Does that add power to this project? So that's in Science 9, how we looked at astronomy. Thanks.